Listen up, but listen up good. Okay, mate, when you're ready, go.
Okay. So you all know who I am, and today for my project I'm going to be presenting my idea, which is to sort of set up like a poster thing for a charity game stream. Now you might have seen like a few of these, like YouTubers doing it, that just go on streams and on Twitch and stuff, and they sort of set it up themselves and do their own thing and go to their own charities. But I'm here today to sort of propose a more sort of unified and organised thing similar to something that another company's done, and it's going to be towards a charity that focuses on cancer research. So, where did this idea stem from? So, as I just said, obviously you've got the sort of standard streams that the YouTubers do for charity, where they do like long gaming sessions and raise money through donations and stuff. But my actual idea for this, the more unified thing, came from one that already exists called Millennium Game Changers, where I don't know quite how many times they do it a year because it sort of fluctuates. But they did one earlier this year, and basically it's like a 24-hour thing where they get like the sponsor of other YouTubers and stuff to sort of represent their charity, and do like 24-hour streams non-stop on gaming, and all the donations go to Macmillan Cancer Research. The one that I'm doing it for, it's going to be like a fictional company thing, so I'm not doing it for an actual company. This is mainly just so I've got a bit more creative freedom, and I'm not having to do it to certain specifications, and I can sort of do it to, you know, look more accurately to the target audience that I've chosen rather than a target audience that's already set by another company. So that's the primary reason for doing it. And obviously I've done quite extensive research into Macmillan Cancer Support just to make sure that all my stuff's accurate. So why have I chosen to do my cancer research now? I don't know anybody personally who's got cancer. It doesn't really affect me directly, but I do know people who, you know, have people close to them who have cancer, and I have seen how it affects their lives sort of from an outside perspective. And it's quite a serious thing, even though cancer's got a lot of exposure already on cancer research, and everybody knows what cancer is and the different types of cancer and things like that. I mean, there is lesser known ones that not many people know about, but I'm not doing this really to sort of advertise or bring awareness to it, because obviously everybody already knows about it, but I am doing it to sort of give another medium in which, you know, more money would go towards cancer research, and to sort of try and encourage like more money in donations towards it, because it needs a lot of money for this sort of research. So yeah. So what research have I actually performed? Well, I've done all the basic stuff, so I've sort of looked at, you know, what social action is and sort of existing campaigns, and then I've done more in-depth stuff, such as the different types of the campaigns, like through like audio, like through radio, TV, and stuff like that you see everywhere. And then I've looked at like the sort of effectiveness of each medium and the coverage it gets, as well as the variety of causes that the campaign brings awareness to. So all of this sort of culminated into me deciding to do what I'm doing, which is sort of the poster advertising this fictional stream. So yeah, that's basically why I'm doing it. And all of this led to the creation of my questionnaire, which I didn't give to anybody in this class because it's a bit more, you know, it's not quite as, it might be a bit biased from people in this class. Obviously I work with you guys, and yeah, so I wanted sort of people outside who I know are also gamers and stuff like that, and are interested in this sort of thing, and I wanted to sort of give it to those and see, you know, what sort of answers they give to the questionnaire. So the next few slides are basically going to show a few of the results, not all of them, because that would take a bit too long, and just a few of the results to a few of the questions to sort of give you an idea of the sort of target audience that I'm going for and what I've actually achieved when I'm looking for a target audience. So I asked the basic question: have you ever watched a game stream before? The majority, as you can see, I asked about 10. I gave about 10 questionnaires out. 7 of them said yes, and 3 of them said no. So obviously, you know, the majority of people I asked to are also gamers. It looks like my target audience is geared towards people who already watch streams, so it's going to be easier to get sort of advertise that and sort of get information out about this sort of thing to them. And then I basically asked, like, do they like the idea of gaming stream, because obviously 24 hours is a long time, and nobody's going to watch it for 24 hours, like the whole thing. But I sort of just asked, would you like the idea of it? Do you think, you know, like I had an open question to this, do you think it would be effective? Do you think it would sort of achieve what I'm going for? And a lot of people, you know, they said that the majority said they liked it. One of them had no opinion, because obviously it's a bit of a weird thing to have an opinion on 24 hours. Some people were in the middle because they weren't too sure how 24 hours would work, and I had like one person dislike it because obviously they just straight up said, you know, 24 hours is ridiculous. So yeah. And then I basically asked what their favourite game genre is, because if I'm going to do a game stream thing, I kind of want to cater to like YouTubers, and I sort of want to get the word to YouTubers who play particular genres of games to sort of please the target audience that I found from the people who answered my questionnaire. So most people said RPG games, so it'd probably be like RPG games that would be on the stream mostly to sort of cater to that audience. So how will I use this information? Well, obviously I'm going to use it, I'm going to analyse it, and I'm going to sort of base the design of my poster and, you know, the different conventions of the poster, you know, around the sort of answers, and sort of correlate the questions together to basically get a stereotypical idea of who a standard audience member would be. So that concludes my presentation. Do you have any questions?
Right, thank you, Chris. Cool. Cheers. Bye.